Well, hello and welcome to Contest of Speed, America's Tier 2, Round 7. We're at Germany, Hockenheim today, and next to me is Pure Blades, who's making his return after a few weeks of not commentating.
Yeah, glad to be here and glad to be commentating my first AM2 race. Been watching it closely over the past few weeks and now get to actually come into the commentary box and have a look.
Yeah, so it seems all dry for the qualifying at the moment, but I don't know about the race.
Yeah, slightly overcast it looks like for this qualifying session, but looks like the sun may be poking through on the left hand side of the screen. We wait to see who's going to get out first.
Yeah, this is an interesting one for the strategy because typically people do mediums to hards, but we've seen in Tier 3, European 3, that the two-stop from the softs can also be quite competitive, so let's see what
Yeah,
people do.
X427 started on the softs on Monday night and made it work. I think he finished P6 in the end, so might be
Yeah,
interested to see what some of these guys can
Juventus
do.
going out on softs, I think that's what he intends to do. Let's see who
Maybe
else. Yeah, Arcaka also on softs. Yeah, a
the
lot of
normal
people have pitted the softs.
the normal tyre choice is the harder selection. So you'll see Kano, Bodhard, Imran, Burzy, and Fatal, along with Gru now, all
Yeah,
switching to the hard tyre.
the people on hards will be looking to do a banker on hards, then set their most competitive time on mediums for them to start the race on.
It's a fairly easy one stop, like you say, medium to hard. Pit windows about lap 13 if you really want to undercut, or to about lap 17. I know Mitch used to split the strategy down the middle.
Yeah, I think I pitted lap 9 in AM1 last season and made them to the end, so the hards are quite durable.
Yeah, the hards do last. You do have to be careful though. They will drop away sort of mid-stint and then they come back to you, as they
Yeah.
normally do. You feel like you have no grip on the rears and
So
the rear end gets away from you.
let's look at Juventus as he's the first one out on track on soft tires, interestingly. Down to mode 2 in DRS for this corner, then accelerating down the parabolic. Oh, he's invalidated. He ran too wide on the curb.
Like he lost it a bit, yeah, on the curb. Coming through the parabolica and down to what the Tier 1 commentary box affectionately called the hairpin.
Yep. So Arcaka, next one out on track on the hairpin, like you said, for McLaren. So heading into the grandstand section with the Mercedes, and it's very difficult on the traction here. You usually try to keep it flat out, but Arcaka lifted off slightly. Goes purple as he's the first one to set a competitive time.
Coming through the Sachs curve, easy to drop it on the inside curb through the Sachs curve. It's a hard curve to get traction on. And, if you turn in while accelerating, you'll just go everywhere.
Let's see what our first time is. It's a 12.6. Not bad for the first lap. Then
Yeah, possibly beatable for Arcaka. So we might see him come back on the mediums to have another go at that time.
yeah, quite possible. What about iFunner? The racing point is coming through the final corner now. Quite a bit of steering input. Can he beat provisional pole? Oh, very close.
Ran out of
12.8.
ARS just before the line as well, so that won't have helped him much.
Yeah, Peyton also does his first lap on mediums. 13.6 with Fatal on the hards, only 3 tenths behind our championship leader. Didn't have the best of races last week. Had a collision with Bodhard, but he's hoping to be back stronger this week.
And he's going again, so get a couple of runs in on those hard tyres and try to make the best of the duration.
True, DK. into the
Decent lap times
12s
as
on
well.
the mediums. Impressive lap
Yeah,
time.
good lap from DK. I'm
Oh,
sure his Team Ding It teammate, obviously Wing It, will be cheering him on.
so Gru's lost it heading into the stadium. Well, the sax curve. I don't think it held anybody up, but yeah, not
Bodhod
ideal.
as well off there.
That's interesting. Yeah, that curb, it's flat out, but if you touch it, it's very easy to lose the rear heading into there at the exit.
It's like turn 4 at Hungary.
Yeah,
If you get on the curb at all, you'll just lose the rear. Yeah.
let's see.
Interestingly, he is going again though, so no wing damage on the Alfa Romeo Bodhod. His
Yeah, it
teammate
looks like it.
obviously up in P3 on the mediums. Good lap from DK. Fatal goes quicker on that set of hards.
It's very close to DK's medium time, so good job from Vettel so far.
As he comes round the final corner, will not go quicker, so
I think he
he's
was
gonna go
recharging
again.
his battery. Oh,
Yeah, but very possibly, and that could very possibly be an invalidation
I don't think it
on
is, but
Versus. Yeah.
definitely lost some time there.
He got out
Sliding on
wide
the
on that
curb.
curve, which you can do, but you have to be careful. And I think that's going to be the main source of penalties we see in the race today. Going to be
Yeah, first of
turn
the
one, especially
Renaults
on the outside.
coming across the line. It's 15.5. I'm sure he can improve on that. But yeah,
Just a banker for Imran. Going out a couple of laps on those hards. Just try to get in the groove of things before. And Burzy loses it coming out of the Mercedes curve, so
ooh. Gru and Bodad go P6 and P7 after their issues on their previous laps.
yeah, good comebacks there. And it seemed like there was a Ferrari blocking the pit exit. That was Peyton, but he was just coming out and wanting to give someone some room. I think it was the Red Bull.
Yeah, turn
So
1 was an issue in qualifying yesterday for the EU2 boys because once you spun to the inside, if you spun to the inside, you blocked the pit exit, and I believe 2 people got disqualified as a result.
yeah, a couple of people have been disqualified this week, so should be interesting to see.
Downfall on softs now. Can he take provisional pole? No, it's not the best of lap times for softs, but still in the top 10 for the Toro Rosso, as Imran improves on his time.
Yeah, so yeah,
Ooh,
just a banker from Imran that first lap. He's seeing how the hards feel, and I imagine he will come in and go for the mediums.
possibly. Yeah, all of the people on hards should be out on mediums for their final ones. Carno getting a bit slidey, I think he's going to go for a new run for this time. Porridge now on mediums. Could this be a competitive lap? He moves up 1 position, but yeah, not too much of an improvement compared to his hard time.
We've got Andreas fresh on an out lap. The Williams not set a lap time yet, so he's coming down into the Sachs curve now, maxing out 5th gear as he does.
Yeah, it says he's on an outlap for me, but he's definitely pushing hard. Andrew, one of the top runners in this tier. Ooh, very
Imran
close to an
final
invalidation.
bit slidey on exit, and he comes on to his actual lap. That was
Oh,
very weird to see him using all that ERS on his out lap.
yeah, I thought he was on a quick lap. Let's look at the Alfa Romeo. Oh, he's in the pits, never mind. I think Peyton's on a lap. Yeah, he's definitely on a lap. I missed his Sector 2 split, but can he take provisional pole? Can we go into the 11s?
Cards in the line, he's out of ERS.
Yeah,
112.4, that's provisional pole by 10, I believe that's 1300th of a second. So
yeah, I've seen a lot of people go out of. Oh, Kono's lost it out of turn 1. He needs to move to not block the pit lane.
yep, and he gets
was
out of
just
the way
watching.
quick.
Yeah, Well done to
Done a
him.
good job there.
We'll be looking to replace that front wing as soon as possible. Let's look at Andrew. He says he's gone purple in Sector 2. So, could he
To the
challenge
line,
Paden's
he's got
time?
McLaren in the way.
Oh,
Porridge needs to get out. Oh,
oh. I think he invalidated? Or, I don't know.
very possibly.
Yeah. Didn't see a reason for him to back off there, so...
Porridge did a good job to get out of the way in the position he was in. I think he was maybe out of fuel.
Yeah, there's the fuel sign, so... Quite possible. So what I was about to point out before Connor's crash was that a lot of people are running out of ERS at the last corners, and yeah, I haven't
seem
seen
to see a
anyone.
lot of people. They leave it in hot lap throughout the whole lap. I can't remember who did it. I think it was Connor was possibly one of them. So they leave it in hot lap and they just run out.
Yeah, it's more beneficial to run it on overtake on the straights, as we see Gru do that heading into turn 6 on mediums. Puts it down to mode 3. Yeah, so he's saving the RS until the last corner so he can get more deployment and power, which is, I think, the smart thing to do.
Obviously with the overtake you'll get higher acceleration speeds and you'll get up to speed quicker, which is what you want out of the last corner. Get to the line quicker.
Let's see if Gru's up on his time. He's a second up, goes purple. So this could be a good lap from the Mercedes man. Into the Sax curve. He's still in mode 3, so... yeah.
Stays away from that curve as he comes into the double right-hander. Is he going to push his ERS up? No, he's going to leave it there.
13-1. Oh, half a tenth off. Fatal. So it's a competitive time for mediums, but I think someone's lost it.
Hard tyre lap.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, that is the Williams, I believe.
No, it's the racing point of iFinder.
Racing point, yeah. I think he's got out and dipped 2 wheels in the grass, or in the gravel, sorry.
Possibly. Oh, he's lost it
he's
again.
spun again.
Oh,
Those
also
times are
Juventus,
not
I
doing
think.
much for him.
Oh, well,
Yes,
he was.
it is Juventus.
I think he was
on
just.
an outlap though, so.
Oh, iFinder now.
And that's a shame.
He was
A real
P3.
shame for Alexander.
Well, let's hope his AI card doesn't block the McLaren coming.
What can
No.
you do about that? Oh, Claudio! Juventus nearly loses it out of turn 1.
Oh, Bodod's up by 4/10 in the sector 2
Got
split.
Bertie J in front of him.
Bodod
Slow
goes P8.
Turn 3. Claudio, obviously one of the top guys in this tier.
Yeah,
He's in AM1, I believe, as well. So
He got his only win in AM1 last season at this track. We had a good battle
Yes,
throughout the
he
race.
did.
Yeah.
and, I believe I was on commentary for that one as well. So
Oh, nice one.
it's bad that I don't remember that. But
He is
gonna
purple.
come.
It's his first lap, so I don't know how it is relative to the other guys, but looks like a good one so far.
yeah, especially considering he had a moment out of turn 1.
Ooh, dips 2 wheels on the curb, but it's all clean.
The RS.
12-3, pulled on mediums. Well done. Well done to
Yeah,
Claudio.
great lap from Claudio as Andrew's going to come through the final double right-hander.
Porridge improves by half a tenth, but doesn't do much.
Around to the line. And only good enough at P8 on those mediums for Andrew.
A second of Juventus.
But he might be going again. No, he's running out of fuel. He can't be going again.
Yeah, that's correct. Let's see, I think Downfall's on a lap? No, it's an in lap, so he's back to the
Imran
pits.
is on a lap.
On the mediums.
Gonna run out of ARS.
Yeah,
Before
definitely.
he even comes around the last corner.
Let's see,
Will
it's
make
very close with
runs
Andrew.
fly.
P4, close to the
Good
soft
lap from him,
times.
though. Especially considering he ran out of ARS there at the end of his lap. That was impressive from the runner.
Yeah, Bomb Tree goes with a 13.3. I think. Who's that? There's a McLaren going slowly. Is that Porridge? Yeah. I don't know if he blocked Peyton. Yeah, he might have hurt Peyton slightly, but Peyton goes pole regardless, so first man
5/10, but
into the
he's on the
11th.
inferior tyre. So whether he's going to be able to make that strategy work remains to be seen. Fatal comes to the Sector 1 split, up on his time by 1/10.
Yeah,
He's
he
got
said that. First time on
Arkaka
hards.
behind him.
Goes to mode 0. In the hairpin, that's very interesting from Fatal. I've never seen anyone do that before, so might help
I
with the traction.
believe, just looking at his steering inputs, that Fatal may be on a wheel. I'm
Yeah.
not too sure.
I think he's doing no assist too, so he's up by 3/10. Not enough to match his teammate right now, but he can find some time in the final sector, I'm sure, since he's on the softer tire. Slight lockup, but still carries a good amount of speed.
He will put it up to overtake for the run to the line. Here comes Fatal.
12.6.
1:12.6. The Red Bull's in a good position. They will have the, I believe, the inside going into turn 1 if it stays as it is.
That's true. DK on a lap currently. Last week's winner, I think. So, oh, he's invalidated through the middle sector. He cut the grass slightly. And that,
Unfortunate for DK. It is easy to get that corner wrong, as you say. You try to take it flat out, but you need to get it so perfect.
yeah, that curb is very slippery. Looks like Fatal is still pushing. Oh yeah, he's up by a 10th. He's almost out of ERS, but he's still going on the same side of mediums. So looks like there isn't enough time for him to go back to the garage and put more fuel in the car. Let's see what
Fatal's
the
going to come to the line.
opens up
Running
the
out of
RS.
ARS.
Ooh, just beats his teammate.
That is a really impressive lap from Fatal, considering all the factors that were at play.
True. And the session's over, and I'm curious as to why nobody went out again on the last runs. You can do a few laps with mediums, or yeah. Anyway, looks like the grid is set. Unless Bodod, who's on softs.
Porridge Power is still pushing.
Oh, it might hold up Bodod because looking at the pace difference. Let's see how
Porridge
this
is on the
goes.
softs as well, so let's just see how this plays out.
Yeah. Final 2 men. Yet to complete their laps. Bodod's up by almost 7/10. Goes purple. Porridge's up by 4/10. Oh, he runs wide. But the lap is still valid, so he might improve. Porridge improves.
Bodhard does
oh,
improve and goes P2.
on the softs, but still much better than P14. So it looks like that's your grid then for today's race.
Fatal retires. That's going to get us through this a lot quicker.
So Peyton on pole. I believe it's his first pole of the season, but don't quote me on that. With Borrell also on softs, falling behind, and the two Red Bulls of Fatal and Juventus just separated by half a tenth, with Arkaka rounding out the top five on softs. Imran qualifies P6 with Bursey J in P7, and last week's winner DK only in P8. That'll be interesting heading into the race.
And it's going to be interesting to see if the guys outside the top 10 decide to go with the reverse strategy and go hard to medium.
That's
Or
what I
if
did
they
today.
if they just stick
E1.
with the norm and start on the mediums, we should see. And it's looking dry for the race, so a few clouds in the sky, but shouldn't bother these guys too much. Just keeps the tyres a bit cooler.
Yeah, nobody said anything about the weather, so I don't know if there's rain coming later on the race. So as people are doing their fuel adjustments, their final setup adjustments, let's get your predictions in for today's race. What do you think, Blades?
I'm not going to jinx any drivers because normally when I make predictions, they end up severely hurting the driver that I end up predicting to win.
That's quite possible. Let's see what the people outside of the top 10 have fitted. All on mediums except Porridge on hards. So he'll be hoping for a late safety car, I think. That could really help him.
And these guys on the softs will be looking for exactly the opposite. They want an early safety car, so they'll be looking for possibly an accident at turn 1.
It helped Mark in EU2 a lot yesterday. I think there was a safety car lap 4, so they'll be hoping for the same thing. And Arkaka, he's going to be dangerous at the start. I mean, not literally, but he's going to put a lot of pressure on Juventus and Fatal, the two Red Bulls.
Although we did say, as Arba gives us the confirmation that it's a dry race, on Monday night there was a crash. I think it was Jay Prentice in Tier 3 crashed in front of the pit exit and no safety car, so be interested to see what actually happens with safety cars after seeing the inconsistencies.
Yeah, it's a bit weird in this game even after the patch, but yeah, it's quite likely for a safety car on this track, with turn 1 especially being very tricky.
And it's a tight track as well. It's not the widest. It's not easy to overtake it. So.
Yeah, the DRS train, I think, if you get stuck in it, if you're like the third, fourth car, it's very difficult to make a move since everybody ahead has DRS. So as everyone lines up, except Arkaka, who's made a mistake on the formation lap, unusually. Sometimes that's tire wear, so yeah, you need to be careful doing that.
There he is. And no 11s is in his grid slot, so get ready then.
So the 5 red lights, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we are underway. Looks like they all get a good launch. Yeah. So Peyton leads into turn 1 with Boddard right behind. The two Red Bulls are clean, but
I think it's DK.
oh no, DK
DK lost it at turn 1 and dropped through the field.
doesn't look like he has damage there.
Any damage? No, he's fine.
Arkaka's off the track. I don't know what's happened to the McLaren, but Peyton leads with Boddard right behind. I think that's Andrew and Gru going side by side into the hairpin. But they all hang on.
Fatal desperately try to put a move on Boddard. He knows what he has to do. He knows he can't let the Alfa Romeo escape. Boddard putting the block on him at the hairpin though. as they now come to the sector 2 split. Bodhod runs wide.
Yeah, the softs might be overheating as Gru gets a moment, I think, out of the sector 2 split. And I don't know what's happening to Arkaka. He was acting weirdly on the formation lap too, but he might have a wheel issue. Uh,
Looks like
anyway,
he's going slowly. He hasn't got wing damage, so
his steering was a bit off.
Peyton
So
leads them across the line then for the second lap.
already
Nearly
breaking
loses it
DRS.
in turn 1. Yeah, he Bodhod back into it though.
If
Has
Bursey's
to
in the
have
pits,
enough pace.
I think he has wing damage. Yeah, he definitely has wing damage. Puts on the hearts. I don't
They
think he'll
won't
be
go
able to go to the end.
but I stopped lap 1 or lap 2 for Hards and I had to come in.
Yeah,
As
Arkaka's
Arkaka
retired.
retired, I think you were right with saying that he had a wheel issue. Unfortunate for the McLaren, but
Yeah, he qualified really well, but yeah, that's a shame. I think Fatal, he might be going for a move here on the inside of the Alpha.
thinks better of it.
Yeah, Juventus
He now,
dropping behind his teammates slightly.
he now needs to work with Bodhod as he runs wide again. Coming through
Oh,
the right
he's
hand,
touched the
tips a wheel
gravel.
into the gravel.
Oh, is he gonna go around the outside? No, it's
And
too
that
much.
won't help him in this battle to catch up to Peyton. Fatal's going to have an easy move down into the hairpin if he wants it.
Yeah, that's
Bodhod
true.
to sit and duck without
Bodhod
DRS, and he gets
already
a penalty
gets a
already on
penalty.
lap 3. Yeah.
Yeah, turn 1, very tricky for penalties. Easy to cut both on the inside and the outside. And I think with DRS, this is going to be very easy for
This
the
should be an
championship
easy
leader.
move. Those softs will already be going off for Bodhod. He's going to be feeling the effects of tyre dag now.
Oh, looks like Juventus has a DRS failure. He didn't activate it.
Fatal's finally passed him.
Guru and Andrew
I'll,
side by side.
and I'll
They're still
see
side by side.
if Juventus does indeed have a DRS failure.
Okay. Oh,
Yep,
the two
DRS
Mercedes.
failure. Arbar confirms in the chat that there is a DRS failure for Juventus.
That's unusual so early in the race, but DRS failure or
He
not,
makes a
he
brilliant
sends it
move
down
on
the
the
inside.
inside of the Sachs curve.
Already overtake of today, most likely. Well done to Juventus. Doesn't want to let his teammate go away.
But if there was one track where you don't want to lose DRS, we don't want to have a failure, it has to be Germany. He runs wide there in turn 1.
Race leader already under pressure from Vettel, and he gets a penalty too. I don't think
Peyton made a mistake as well, because that gap just dropped by 1 second.
Boyd's under pressure from Imran also behind. It's
Peyton's
Vettel
going to try and slide up the inside. Brakes early.
gets the job
move
done. Imran and Boyd, I don't think he could get the move done.
Is allowing Juventus to escape.
Imran cuts the corner, the flat out corner slightly, and gets his first penalty of the day. So it looks like the two Mercedes are battling too, with Bombtree struggling slightly. But
And
yeah,
that gap is coming down and coming down. Look at that, down 5/10 through sector 3 from Juventus to Peyton.
Borod's in.
DRS still not functioning properly.
Yeah, and Peyton will have DRS from Vettel, so doesn't look like it's possible for the Red Bull man to make a move. Saying that though, Peyton did make a tiny mistake.
And this is going to be such a shame for Juventus. But those, look at him.
Yeah.
Look at him gain and gain. Those softs are dying. Must be screaming.
Peyton
on
goes
Peyton's
defensive.
curve.
The switchback for Juventus.
Peyton parks it on the apex well.
Is it going to be a Red Bull 1-2? after this corner, goes around the outside,
Around the outside of the Mercedes curve.
brakes very late. Well done to Juventus. Very unconventional overtakes today because of his DRS failure.
Yeah, he
But
had to do it. He had to get it done.
he
And
makes
now
the
he's
Red
gonna
Bull
have a
1-2.
chance. He's got a blocker now to Imran. I think we're gonna see Peyton pit in this lap.
Quite possibly. I think Imran and Andrew are in a hard battle too.
No, Peyton stays out.
Yeah, he still has DRS from Juventus. Will he be able to come back at him?
I think those tyres are just falling off the cliff.
Yeah, looking at the way he slid through turn 1. I
He'll
don't
get
think.
close, but I don't think he'll be able to get past. Bit slidey out of turn 3 there as they come down the back straight through the parabolica.
Yeah, Peyton's not pushing, and looks like the DRS train is beginning to form from P4 to P7, involving Imran, Bomb Tree, and the two Mercedes guys. So Juventus,
Keeping up with his teammate.
yeah, in the DRS range. I mean, not that it will be useful, but yeah, he's showing his pace.
He should get his DRS back fairly soon. Failures don't tend to last that long. I had one on Monday. But we'll see in a minute if he's got his DRS back.
Peyton's in the pits.
Yeah, Peyton making the smart choice to pit early. And, well,
On to the hards.
I
Oh
say
wait,
pit early.
yeah, so
Yeah,
Peyton's going to
hard
the end.
tyres on.
That might throw a spinner in the works because if he can make them last, he'll get a big undercut on the two Red Bull boys. So,
His tyres will just die at the end though.
oh,
Unless he is some sort of god of tyre saving.
this won't help him because Bodod's just got past him at the pit lane exit, but he'll be looking to come back at the Alpha Man down the straight. Doesn't have the straight line speed though, despite having the DRS.
Chooses the inside line.
Very cautious.
He's
If I were
alongside.
him,
Bodhod's going to get out on that curve, but it's the better drive.
yeah, I think it's a good idea to let Bodod go because he's on the mediums and he might be able to drag him along with DRS. Going back up front though, the fight for P3 is intensifying, as is the fight for P1. Juventus definitely showing he has the pace.
And you notice in the bottom right corner, Juventus has his DRS back.
Yeah, that is correct.
So he's going to be catching fatal down through the parabolica. We may see a move for the lead into turn 4.
Oh, he's letting him go, I think. Yeah, so team orders here for the Red Bull boys, or
I think that's smart from Fatal.
yeah, Juventus.
Juventus with the wave of approval.
So Porge has been passed by both Peyton and Bodod, but now the Alpha and the Ferrari will be battling down the straight. Also Kano and Danfo. Oh, big crash, huge crash. That might be a
down
safety
the
car.
hairpin.
Oh, iFunner as well. Though this is going to be weird as Downfall rejoins the track. I have no idea what's happened there. Looked like the Toro
Gonna
Rosso.
go side by side with Peyton into the Mercedes
Oh.
curve.
They touch. There was some contact there.
Peyton wide, yeah.
I don't know if he got damage from that, but Porridge will get involved. Chooses to let him get away. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Downfall. Looked like he just steamed into the back of Kano.
Bomb Tree gets his first one, and Andrew is up 9 places from the start.
Two Red Bulls going for it again. I think they're slipstreaming each other and making both of them faster, so teamwork there for the two Red
Yeah,
Bulls.
and this could be smart. This could be so smart from the Red Bulls. They need to pull the gap. They need to
Downfall's
get
out.
away.
Imran and Andrew side by side for P3. They've had a good battle since the start of the race, but who can get ahead heading into the Mercedes curves? Looks like the Williams break later, but the Renault holds on. Owen Grew nearly taps into the back of him, but yeah, all fine at the moment. His downfall retires in the pit lane. So when do you think we'll see people start to pit for hearts?
The hards can last, as you say, from lap 9, so I think if you're looking for a massive undercut, you can pit anywhere from now to about lap 13. But depending on how well these guys have saved the tyres, we could see pit stops from anywhere from now until about lap 17, lap 18.
Yeah, the two
on
Red Bulls are definitely saving, because Vettel just set the fastest lap of the race, so their tyres are not falling off. As Andrew sends one down the inside of Imran. Oh, and Imran runs deep.
Yeah,
So
but
that
he's going to succumb to bomb tree as well. So, is he going to come back at bomb tree? He's going to stick it up the inside.
ooh, some wheel banging.
Bomb
Still
tree
side by
shows him a
side.
bit of side pod there. And,
Imran runs wide. And
nothing wrong with a
Peyton.
bit of hard racing.
Yeah, Peyton's still not able to get past Bollard. I think the traffic has basically ruined the strategy from soft to hards as
And he
Juventus is in.
loses it a bit
Yeah.
on the curb. There, Juventus, the first medium runner to blink then.
So he'll be looking to undercut his teammate and defend from Peyton. Onto the hards, unsurprisingly.
And he's gonna get out with a blocker ahead of Peyton. So,
Yeah,
good strategy call from Red Bull.
Jumps the two-stopper of Bollard. So Imran coming back at Andrew into the hairpin. The Williams brakes very late, but the Renault gets the better traction, and I think he's got the move done, but Imran's out of ERS, so that'll hurt him down the straight. Ooh, small nudge, I think, as Andrew misses his braking point. But, yeah, it's all good for now. So let's see if Vettel follows his teammate into the pit lane.
Oh, he's gonna stay out.
Ooh, this is
Tyres
interesting.
obviously feeling fine.
Yeah, you can extend the mediums quite a bit. It's personal preference.
The gap is 18 seconds and holding from Fatal all the way back to Juventus in P7.
Yeah, the pit stop usually takes around 19 to 20 seconds at Hockenheim, so yeah, they'll be quite close, but I think Juventus will be able to get the jump.
Very possible, and what he's going to be looking for, he's going to be looking to push hard now and try his hardest to get closer and closer, so he builds the gap and he builds up to eventually knock Fatal out of his DRS when Fatal does stop.
Oh!
Ooh.
Very aggressive from Imran. He pushed Andrew onto the grass, heading into turn 7. That was, yeah, that hurt Andrew, but he's still able to hold on against Bomb Tree. Fatal's in. So this is the moment we've been waiting for.
Here we go then. Claudio coming onto the straight now. Is he gonna jump his teammate?
It'll be a close one.
It's gonna be close. Fatal manages to stay ahead.
for now, but Juventus will have the DRS and the harder tires, so he'll get a great exit. As Fatal runs in deep, so I think he's gonna get the jump as Imran and Andrew go wheel to wheel again. They've been very aggressive since the start of this race.
Claudio picks the outside, and Fatal's gonna let that one slide as he runs deep into the hairpin with a bit of overspeed. Not too damaging. Now they're gonna work together and build towards catching DK and Gru.
The front group, yeah. I think Porridge and Kano also going side by side. Kano getting a good run with 90% DRS, but can't get anything done heading into turn 8.
Now what's Andrew gonna do? Andrew stays out. How about Imran? Stays out.
Gru also stays out, so these guys are extending their stints potentially for a safety car maybe?
DK in. And gets the car slowed down, so Claudio and Fatal are going to get past DK, and Claudio sets the fastest lap on those hards. Must have been a blistering lap from him. Fatal is going to do the smart thing and tuck in behind his teammate into the...
Had a look.
They touch.
Yeah, no love
Coming out
lost
of turn
between
3.
them.
And it's nice to see no team orders down at Red Bull.
True. The
Letting
two Red
them
Bulls
race, and
battling.
Fatal locks up and runs deep. Claudio's going to come back at him maybe.
Imran had a look, but can't make it stick. Yeah, I didn't notice DK, but after his lap 1 incident, he did very well to catch back up to the medium group. So, he'll be looking to undercut the current top 4, not the net top 4, but yeah, Andrew, Imran, those guys. That is surprising.
Interesting call from Konos. Andrew stays out, Imran comes in, Bomb Tree's gonna come in. Oh, they're gonna double stack at Mercedes.
Are they? Oh,
yeah.
They are. I don't think that's a good idea.
Drew's slowing down as much as he can, but he's gonna get held up in the pit lane. His teammate
that's
already
a shame.
in the pit box ahead of him.
Fatal gets the penalty, so that might be crucial at the end of the race.
Ready.
Let's see where Guru is. Oh, DK is already past him. This is gonna hurt him a lot.
By Porridge Power as well. So a bad strategy call down at Mercedes, and that has thrown good points away for Gru.
Yeah, miscommunication there. Oh, the two Red Bulls very close again.
They're getting a bit racy, aren't they?
Yeah.
We might see something here.
Yeah, they're very similar pace, so nobody can pull away. This is gonna go all the way down to the end.
Fatal does have a penalty though. I believe he just picked it up at the end of that last lap.
He did, indeed.
And I'm not sure about Juventus, so... Juventus obviously teammates with Mitch last season and at the start of this season. And that is a man who knows how to avoid picking up penalties, so... maybe imparting some of the wisdom onto his teammate. They'll come down the pit straight. Andrew's staying out again.
Yeah, Andrew and Porridge. Only man to not pit yet. I don't understand the logic from Andrew's strategy, but maybe he's waiting for a safety car? I can't see him doing medium to soft.
And Claudio just gets back in the DRS. So...
yeah, he'll be glad that he got his DRS back after the early failure. But it's getting spicy for the battle for P6.
I suppose if you're going to have a DRS failure, that is the best time to have it.
True.
So you're not losing and losing when you can't make the time up.
Oh!
Bomb Tree slides down the inside.
Yeah, he missed his braking point.
I don't think there was damage. No damage on the Mercedes, so...
this might help DK.
Yeah, it'll compromise him to DK. And DK puts it up the inside. Bomb Tree says no.
But he's gonna get a good exit. Oh, are they gonna be side by side into the stadium section?
Please.
Oh, yeah, DK backs out smartly. As Andrew is finally in. I think they're battling. It might help him actually. So, and he's gonna have very fresh tires here. Goes onto the hards.
Claudia might just get close enough.
Ooh, a lot of people getting penalties at turn 1. Is Andrew. Yeah, he made the overcut work. Really good job by the Williams man. And he's crucially out of the DRS range of Imran, so...
Breaks later than his teammate does Juventus down at the hairpin. Still not close enough in the battle for the lead though.
Peyton
Peyton and
sends it down
Barthold
the
go
inside.
side by side, yeah.
DK also, bomb tree, gets the move done. Peyton, he's been stuck behind the Australian ever since. And I think that's cost him quite a bit in this race so far.
Yeah, and Barthold seems to enjoy running wide round that corner.
Yeah, I noticed it too.
But it's dangerous to run wide there. The wall coming into the right-hander sticks out just a little bit.
And it's also possible to lose the backhand on the AstroTurf. Or on the asphalt. As the two Red Bulls, it's a bit closer compared to the last lap, but I think Juventus, he might be trying to save ERS and go for a move at the end. But Fatal also has a lot of ERS, so yeah. Some strategic games here. As Bursey and Porridge, they went side by side, but it was an easy move for the Haasman. A lot of action at Hockenheim as Bombtree and DK are still battling. This has allowed Imran to get away. But I think the battle is going to be over as DK finally gets the move done.
Well, I'm not sure what this says about the battle for the lead, but Juventus seems to gain through sectors 1 and 2 and then lose it all in sector 3. Maybe running a lower downforce setup than his teammate. Certainly no sharing going on in the Red Bull garage.
That is possible. Or it might just be the dirty air from Fail's car, so...
Possibly, as Barthold picks up another penalty. And Peyton's going to get close to him. Those mediums, Barthold going almost to the end of their effective life.
Yeah, he'll be in soon. And their battling has allowed Andrew and Imran to catch up to these guys for the final podium spot.
And I just can't help fearing that Peyton's tyres are going to end up giving up on him at the end. I think the 2-stop may have been more beneficial for the Ferrari.
It depends on how badly they go off, because I mean, Borod needs to make up a pit stop on a set of mediums, and that will be difficult.
Like I said, the hards, they do come back to you. They take sort of a few laps and then they come back and you end up being pretty good, but depends how well P-Dog's losing. Yeah, Bodhud keeps his tyres out of the gravel.
Let's see if he can get out in front of Gugar's King, who got held up quite a bit. No, Gu's ahead. What about Bursey? Yeah, Bursey settles him behind Bodod, but he might have DRS, depending on the delta.
He's going to stay outside of the DRS range, so Bodhod's going to be allowed to get away from Bursey.
Yeah, Bursey, unfortunately, hasn't had the best race. He lost his front wing on lap 1, then had to pit for hards. And he'll pit again. I mean, I don't see him making these tires to the end, but yeah.
And we are completely oblivious to the fact that Juventus has got back past his teammate.
Oh, well,
I have no idea where that happened, but
must have made a mistake. It didn't happen at
don't go
26.
past him, Fatal. Oh.
Oh, the detection point is soon. Yeah,
Yeah,
he lifted
Fatal's gonna
off.
tuck him behind.
Oh, great wheel to wheel action. And Fatal should be able to get the move done with DRS easily. Yeah, I'm really
Juventus has
curious
a little bit of a look.
as to how Juventus got past him.
I think he may have done it in DRS. It was. I just noticed when they were coming through sector 3, so.
Yeah, well, apologies for being completely blind, but yeah, they're still battling. DK and Bombtree also having a race-long battle, or a stint-long battle, rather. They've kept it clean so far, and let's hope it goes that way, it stays that way.
And Andrew on those younger hards is going to look to get past Peyton soon, and then use Peyton possibly as a blocker.
At the back, Kono's going for a move on the racing point, cuts the hairpin, but he should be able to get a better traction on the mediums. Oh, he thinks better of it. So, yeah. Let's go back to the battle for the lead. I don't think Claudio's close enough to make a move. Yeah, he's definitely too far back.
All he has to do right now is avoid getting a penalty and stay within that 3-second range.
Someone who's definitely close enough is Andrew, because he's having a look on the Ferrari. A bit of swerving.
Fresher tyres. Peyton with the better exit on the outside, but Andrew's going to come back at him.
Yeah, 10 lap fresher tires. I don't think Peyton had an option here. Oh, he makes a mistake though. Onto the green stuff. Oh no, Peyton's hit him. Is that some
I
wing
don't
off?
think damage. Yes, right end plate damage for Peyton.
Oh, that's a shame. He was doing good on the soft to hard strategy, but yeah, I think he'll have to pit again for maybe another set of the soft tires.
Depends how well he can deal with it. He's going to have to stay out another lap. He missed the pit entry line.
Yeah.
And this could help Andrew. He's going to hold up Imran.
It depends on how bad the damage itself is. I mean, if he can hold on, maybe Bomb Tree might be close enough as Fatal goes very deep. Juventus had a look, but it's just a little look for now. As the Renault, yeah, Peyton's not gonna fight it with his broken wing. Oh, hits Imran. Imran's half spun, and yeah, I think that's his wing gone completely, and he'll have to pit.
Yeah, both sides. The end plates are gone, and he will have a nightmare coming through the sector 2. Yeah, through the sector 2 split. And in that right hander, he will have an absolute nightmare keeping it on the track.
Yeah, DK's got past Bomb Tree again while all that was happening, and yeah, DK already closing up to Peyton. Oh, Juventus, no.
Oh no, Claudio.
So that's both Red Bulls with penalties.
And
So
I'm
it's going
not
to be a
sure what
straight
Peyton's
fight.
playing at.
Yeah, I can't see him staying out that long.
And he's going to pick up a double warning for that. So he'll get a warning for cutting on the inside. And then another for what he did on the outside.
Fatal does the same thing again. Oh, yeah, at the exit of the hairpin. He seems to go in deep. I don't know if that's intentional, but he let Juventus by. To get...
He locks up again. He seems to be having a few lockups.
Yeah.
Uses the no traction control to get the car turned quickly enough out of the Mercedes curve.
Peyton's still
Yes.
defending it against Bomb Tree. Well done to him for hanging on that long with the damaged wing. But yeah,
Yeah, and he had
it's
to
just
brake so much earlier than Bomtree for that corner.
it's just too much at the end. Meanwhile, Connor, I think he's gonna get the move done on iFunder now.
And I think what he was waiting for is he wants to go to soft.
Yeah,
He's got a
possibly.
gap. He's gonna keep. He thought about
Oh,
it.
he's
He's
retired
retired on track.
on track. Well, he shouldn't do that as the lead changes again.
That's a shame, but Fatal gets it done into the hairpin. Runs a little bit deep again, but it shouldn't matter that time. Claudio not getting the better exit.
I think Bombtree and DK, they might be fighting again at the hairpin. It seems to be their battling ground for today. But DK hangs on to it. Oh, it's Juventus. How did
Yeah,
that happen?
into the right-hander at the end of sector 2.
Was that deliberate? Because, I mean, it's unusual to see Fatal randomly lose positions this much in the middle sector. Yeah, let's stay on with the lead battle for now. Oh, I think Fatal. Has he got a DRS failure? Because. Oh,
No,
never mind.
he
Yeah.
he didn't want it because he would have ended up getting too close to Juventus into turn 1, and you
Yeah, you're
don't want that
correct.
to happen.
And
But he's
this is
gonna
going
get
to be an easy move.
look at that before the DRS is even activated.
But Juventus has the slipstream. Yeah, it's possible for him to come back at him. But no. Oh, Fatal goes in deep again.
A little bit of a tap from Juventus as well. I don't think it was any damage, but
Yeah. They're giving signals to each other. It's an interesting line from Fatal. Going deep into the hairpin, opting for a late apex.
penalty-wise, Fatal is sitting on the 1 penalty with no extra warnings. Claudio, the same. Andrew, no penalties at all. Imran has 1 and 2 warnings, and DK has 1 with no extra warnings.
So looking further behind, Porch Power on fresher mediums compared to Kana. He might have a look into the hairpin, the McLaren driver, but no, he
Breaks
cannot.
early.
Oh, Kana goes in deep there.
Goes for the switchback.
Into turn 8. No, the McLaren's too far behind us. Juventus, what's happened to him? He's dropped out of the DRS zone.
Oh no.
Yeah,
DRS.
I just noticed they're both starting to use DRS.
Yeah.
Because they both had 90%. Now they're down to 50%. So I think
So
Fatal was saving this whole time to push suddenly like he did and break out the DRS.
Claudio was saving as well. Claudio had more ARS at one point. I believe he had 100%. So
Yeah, I think it caught him by surprise when Fatal suddenly upped the pace. And I've missed it, but Imran's got himself up to the podium positions now. I don't know what the penalty situation is for these two. Can you look at that?
I believe they both have a penalty, but Imran has 2 warnings towards his next one. So
Yeah, what about DK? Because he's in close proximity.
I think DK. I just checked. I think DK has 1 penalty and no extra warnings. So
Yeah, so they're all on level playing field. As yeah, Juventus is really dropping off. 1.5 seconds now to his teammate. And for the fight for P3 is still on. These two have been battling the entire race as Andrew has a look around the outside. The
breaks so
Williams.
much later
Ooh.
and keeps it on the track. Doesn't
Yeah, that
manage
was
to get
interesting.
past him then.
Kono's in the pits for, yeah, I don't think those mediums are going to last to the end. I think he'll
He'll
go
go
for
to
the fastest lap.
softest. Yeah. Try and take a point off Bodhov, who had a 1:15.0.
Yeah, he'll be looking to catch iFunner again, who's on very old hard tires. It's it's only 5 laps, so I'm not sure if it's doable.
With
It's,
the tyre delta, and Chono's going to be able to get up to speed quick. Imran gets another
oh,
penalty,
that will be crucial.
run wide. That will be crucial. Andrew's just going to want to keep it clean now. DK the same.
Yeah, look at the power of the DRS. He's going to. He
He's in
closes in
hot
so
lap,
much.
interestingly.
Yeah, down the inside. I don't think
Brakes
Imran's
late.
defending it. Switchback. Oh, nice one from the Renault driver.
It's everyone's favourite move.
Yeah, who doesn't love a good old switchback?
Good switchback. Andrew's going to stick it up the inside.
Yeah.
Parks it on the apex.
Oh, slight contact. Andrew's been braking very late, I've noticed, throughout this race. A good
Yeah,
trait to have.
yeah, it's nice to see these guys being gutsy enough to brake late and
Oh, bomb tree. Oh
Yeah,
no.
that's into the wall.
Will that be a safety
Just
car?
before the Sachs curve. I think that's in a safe enough position.
VSC.
deployed.
Oh, would have been spicy if we got to see a safety car with 4 laps to go, but it was not meant to be. So this gives an opportunity to both Juventus and Vettel to catch each other out at the VSC restart. Because look at how far Juventus is now. 2.5 seconds.
Juventus saving some time in his delta, maybe. So he can just bolt. And he does bolt now. Both of them bolt.
DRS enabled. I don't think any of them gained anything through that.
And I think Kono might end up being crucial to deciding the winner of this race.
Yeah, he'll be
Look at
quick
where
on
he
the
is.
soft tires.
He'll be quick, but will the leaders catch him?
Yeah, he might give him DRS as Imran and Andrew are still very close. They've been battling the whole race. Similar to how DK and Bombtree were battling, but unfortunately Bombtree made that mistake right where DK is going through now, so unlucky for the Mercedes man. I think you're right. Look at where Kano is. They're closing up to him.
And it would be brilliant for Juventus if Fatal could get past Kono, and then Kono just drops him between, going through the DRS detection point.
It'll be critical when he overtakes them, because they will overtake him, but it's just a matter of good timing. Imran not close enough on this lap.
And Juventus is hard to coming back to him. Look at this push from the Canadian.
Yeah, but look at the ERS difference. Juventus is trying desperately to get back in the DRS range.
And he's under-fueled as well.
Yeah. All limiting factors for Juventus, but he's doing fine. And I think he will get DRS. He doesn't, as Connor sets the fastest lap, but he won't get a point for it.
Well, he might.
Yeah, depending on what happens. Up ahead is, for P9, iFunner is close to Porridge, but no, can't do anything on this lap. And DK also getting back into the fight for P3. Only 1.5 seconds between him and Imran.
And it's going to be very difficult now for the second Red Bull of Juventus to catch up to his teammate.
True. Let's look at the position changes since the start of the race. Look at Andrew starting P12. Up
Yeah,
third.
great race from Andrew. Making up 9 positions. And he's still going to be battling with Imran for P3. You come on to the last 2 laps. Fatal leading them through.
It's going to be difficult for Juventus, and unless Fatal makes a mistake, I think it's pretty much sealed because Juventus is about to run out of ERS, and that's going to cost them some time. 1%, 0%, yeah.
And he's coming up to the back of Connor now. And Connor's going to move over and cede the positions.
That's it.
Well, not the positions. But this race should be over.
Oh, for P3, Andrew and Imran still going side by side. It has been some great battling between them two ever since lap 1.
And I respect Imran, still battling hard even with that penalty. He still wants this.
Yeah, he could
wants the
possibly
podium.
force Andrew into a corner cut because he'll be pushing Kart to stay ahead.
Oh, look at the penalties again. As Fatal will cross the line to start the last lap.
Yeah, and I think it was very sporting of Kano to move over and not influence the leaders' battles with DRS.
And I made a mistake with the penalty report.
Ooh.
Andrew is penalty free. So
That will certainly help him.
that will help him with the battle with Imran. He will know it's going to be all but wrapped up now.
Yeah, if I were him, I would just let him go at this point. Because it's not worth risking a final lap collision, in my opinion. But knowing Andrew from this race so far, I think he'll try to win it on track. Oh, nearly hits him. But yeah, stays ahead. The Renault stays ahead. As the two Red Bulls are in the final sector now. It's been a great battle from start to finish between them. But Fedor saved up his RS and just bolted away and hasn't looked back since. And as he comes across the final corner now to deliver a fatal blow to his rivals and win in Germany. And Imran does get ahead of Andrew, but looks like he's going to lose it on penalties.
He should drop all the way back to P5 on penalties.
Yeah,
But we shall see.
it is a
Across the
podium
line.
for Andrew.
And
But
a solid P4 for DK as well.
yeah, his teammate, the two-stop didn't really work out for him, but still a good drive. And I think Drew might jump him on penalties, actually. He does, by 1.4 seconds, and unlucky for Drew to be held up in the pits behind his teammate. I think he would have been in the fight for the podium as well. As Bursey comes on P8 after the lap 1 incident, and Porridge is able to hold off the Racing Point of 500 for 2 points. And Carnot taking the fastest lap. So, who do you think was the driver of the day?
I have to give my vote to Andrew. It was a great drive to come back from where he ended up with on the grid.
Yeah, very
Picked
clean.
the right strategy, starting on the mediums and didn't look back.
Some late breaking
Also the
too.
Wizard Award. Have to get that in.
Yeah, let's see what the chat is saying. I need to check that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the consensus from the chat is that Andrew should be driver of the day. He is a well-earned driver of the day.
Yeah,
finishing
well deserved.
P3 to the Red Bull 1-2.
Yeah. So, shall we invite the top three for some interviews?
I shall get that done for you. So we should get the podium guys in for interviews, and
Yep, I'll
hopefully
get the
they'll join us soon.
Red Bull car up. I'm not sure if this was their first one too. I mean, they've always been up front, but I'll need to have a look. Yeah, I do believe this is their first one too of the season for Red Bull, unless they got one. Hmm. Yeah, I can't remember Canada, but yeah. Have you invited everyone to the party, Plates?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
I'm just
Andrew's on his way.
preparing. Yeah.
Yeah, let's wait for him to join, then we'll start with the questions.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Make sure your voice is shared so everyone can hear us.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll wait until Andrew's in, and I think he's in, so. Do you want to start with the questions, Blades?
I'm gonna leave that job to you. I've been given
Well,
an interview myself, so.
well, yeah. I wasn't prepared, so yeah, let's start with Andrew. So, how was your battle throughout the race with Imran? We saw you break very late, and you two had some hard racing out there, it seemed.
Yeah, hey guys. That battle with Imran was really a lot of fun. Uh, Me and Imran are kind of buddies. We raced together in another league, and I really enjoyed every second of it. And I think it was clean and fair. And I hope he thinks the same. He had a lot of pace, and I hope he enjoyed it as much as I did.
Yeah, you were voted as driver of the day by the chat and by us as you started from P12 and made a great recovery.
Yeah, I knew I didn't have a lot of pace to qualify up front with the other podium finishers, so I just tried to keep my head down and avoid getting penalties, and hoped that I'd be able to make it up to the end, even though I finished like 18 seconds behind the top two guys. Yeah, I really appreciate being voted for driver of the day, and that was just a great race. Germany's my favorite track, and that was just overall a good day.
Yeah, well done to you, and I think we can move on to the two Red Bulls who just blitzed the field today, like 2013 style. So let's start with Juventus. So it looked like you had a race-long battle with Fail, slipstreaming each other and passing each other with DRS. And there was one lap, I don't know which lap, but where you dropped out of the DRS zone. Do you know what happened? Was it a mistake?
Yeah, it was a big mistake on my part. Ultimately cost me maybe the win, perhaps, but it was honestly me and Fatal were going back and forth, so I figured, at the end we'd have a bit of a shootout of a battle. So I was just trying to save up fuel on ERS, and my ERS was fine. It was my fuel I wanted a bit more. Maybe got a little too greedy and dropped out of the 1 second mark. So yeah, a bit bittersweet, but at the end of the day, we won 2 Red Bull. You can't complain.
Yeah, great job from you and your teammate. It looked very clean, and I think we can move on to our winner. Fatal, how was the race? From
Yeah, it was
P3 on the grid, I think?
I think, yeah, I believe, yeah,
Yeah,
P3.
Yeah,
From
it
my
was
team.
P3, yeah.
yeah, very close with your teammate during qualifying and the race. So, yeah, how would you reflect on it?
Honestly, I didn't really think I would finish in the podium. I had a glitch happen to me where I lost all my setups.
Oh, I've
So
had
I
that
had-
before.
So I had to rework on some of my setups this week and trying to find that perfect tire degradation. It's kind of hard after months of tweaking. So yeah, I mean it worked out well. Just the battle between me and my teammates, slipstreaming, pretty much us pulling away from everyone else behind us.
Yeah, great job from you guys, and I believe this is your first 1-2 of the season, so yeah, well done. Any more things to add, Blades?
Not really. I just wanted to say thank you to all the AM2 guys for giving me a good race to commentate on my first time back. So, and, congratulations to the podium and Andrew for driver of the day.
A lot of wheel-to-wheel action, and it
Thanks,
was
man.
certainly a very enjoyable race to commentate on. And
For a track that's difficult to overtake, it was more enjoyable than I thought. So
well, I don't have the final plugins memorized, so would you be able to do that for me, Blades?
yeah, of course. So tomorrow night we have AM1 coming up for you at 9 PM Eastern, 2 AM UK time, so the same time as this. That'll be it for this week's racing. But if you would like to come back and watch some more next week, we have EU Tier 3 starting 10 o'clock UK time, which I believe is 5 o'clock Eastern on Monday night, and then our European tiers, which will run at the same time on Tuesday and Wednesday. Wednesday being the Pinnacle, which is Tier 1. So if you'd also like to get involved, you can join the Discord and also go on our website, contestofspeed.com. We also, I believe, have a merch store. I don't have the link, but if you can somehow get it in the chat. But yeah, I believe that's going to be it for vlogs.
Yep, that's all from us. Make sure to tune in next week at Hungary for more action from Contest of Speed.